1928 스테인웨이 피아노가 무료 배포 중입니다. 약 35만원 꿀템이에요. 기간에 받으면 평생 무료 사용 가능합니다. 피아노 퀄리티가 상당히 좋아요. 가요, 팝, 레트로, 로파이 등 다양한 장르에 사용할 수 있습니다. 메인 스케치용으로 쓰기 좋아요. 피아노 연주 연습하시는 분들이 사용해도 좋습니다. 다양한 이펙트로 본인 입맛대로 수정해 사용할 수 있어요. 다운받는 법은 더보기 있습니다. 해당 링크로 가면 추가 무료를 더 받습니다. 실크2가 85% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요. CLA 보컬이 80% 할인 중입니다. 불프 할인 중이에요. 레알 보컬 미싱 꿀템입니다. 작업에 필요한 다양한 이펙터가 들어있어요. 올인원으로 작업이 가능합니다. 시티팝, 가요, 밴드 음악 미싱할 때 써도 꿀이에요. 웨이브스 울티메이트 1년 구독 20% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a pie. In God, I know I'm one. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a pie. In God, I know I'm one. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a pie. In God, I know I'm one. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun.
팹필터 에센셜 번들이 25% 할인 중입니다. 불프 최저가예요. EQ 컴플 리버브가 들어있습니다. 믹싱에 필요한 최소한의 것들이에요. 프로큐는 성능이 좋아서 국내에 많은 유명 프로듀서분들이 즐겨 사용하는 꿀템입니다. 미디 작곡하신 분들의 강추예요. 팹필터 불프 세일이 최대 25% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
You notice that I was listening to frequencies there using this sort of little headphone icon to isolate certain frequencies, and that's just one of the ways that you can try and identify the frequencies that you want to affect. But FabFilter seem to have thought of another couple of things you can do, and the first little one, it's a bit of fun really, is if you click on this piano keyboard icon down there, you can see it brings up a piano keyboard, and it shows you there with the frequency you're selecting what note occupies that frequency. Of course, you know, notes on guitars and other instruments occupy a range of frequencies, but this is the focus. So that's a really helpful feature. So if you know you've got a particular note, a low G or something, which is booming, and you just want to identify that, then that may be helpful to you. The other thing is with the analyzer, if we switch that on, I'll put freeze on and we'll let it play for a moment. You can see the peaks are building up here, and then you can start to see these notes appear up here. And these particular frequencies which they're suggesting to you might be problematic. So I can now grab that.
라이프는 엑소 번들이 54% 할인 중입니다. 불프 최저가예요. 레알 믹막 꿀템입니다. 라이프는 간단한 조작으로 드럼의 그루브를 쉽고 빠르게 만들 수 있어요. 간단한 조작으로 유니크한 사운드 메이킹이 가능합니다. EDM, 팝, 레트로 장르에 추천드려요. XLN 오디오 불프 세일이 최대 54% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
This simple kick provides a generated loop with context. It's very clever. With Browse you can find other patterns, and these are just symbols. For me, this adds as much value as the randomize button, since I have no idea what to expect. You can add variations you like to the beat shortlist. I had a lot of fun with importing music. Here's the original WAV file. And let's go over some random variations. Now if you want to dive
토널 밸런스 컨트롤 2가 85% 할인 중입니다. 불프 최저가예요. 마스터링 꿀템입니다. 그래프를 보면 원하는 밸런싱을 할 수 있어요. 저음, 고역 등의 사운드를 좀 더 디테일하게 작업할 수 있습니다. iZotope 불프 세일이 최대 85% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
As a last step, just to make sure that the low end and the high end in my mix is in check and sitting in a good place. Another great feature in tonal balance control is the custom target feature. If you click here, you can go create a target from audio file or create a target from a folder. If you want to use a specific reference or a folder of references to check your mix against. I use this feature all the time if clients have given me specific references for a master or a mix. For this track, I am going to choose modern because I just want to see in general how my low end and how my high end stack up against most modern mixes. All right, so I'm going to play back a section of a track called Dangerous and Beautiful World, and I am starting in the broad setting instead of the fine setting because I just want to see in general how these frequency areas are stacking up against the target. So the blue highlighted area is where you want to be sitting. If you toggle over to fine, you can see sort of the generalized curve. This is the top of the range, this is the bottom of the range. And the brightest part here is kind of the ideal zone of this target. So I'm going to go back to broad.
트랙스페이서가 50% 할인 중입니다. 불프 최저가예요. 레알 믹막 꿀템입니다. 보컬, MR, 킥, 베이스 믹싱할 때 쓰기 좋습니다. 깔끔한 사운드 많을 때 사용하면 유용하게 쓸 수 있어요. 웨이브스팩토리 이펙트 번들이 28% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Cool. So this is Trackspacer. This signal right here represents the kick. Now I'm going to adjust the amount here. And this Y frequency represents what's being taken out of the bass. So you'll see that as I increase it really high, that bass is ducking like crazy. Usually, you want to only keep it around, I don't know, like around here, like around 15 to 20%. This amount knob is really powerful for whatever reason. I'm only really hanging out around here. But you'll notice that as I play this, that ducking is still pretty prevalent. Let's make it a bit more transparent. So we're going to be messing with these filter knobs